Okay, we're heading on I-17 north. We're going to get off on the Bumble Bee exit and stage there for our quad ride. Let's get out of the city and into nature. Hey, it's Old Woman. We're in the truck heading up to go for a quad ride. Should be a nice day. We're heading up to Crownking, Arizona, and hopefully find Horsethief Basin Recreation Area. Exit 248, Bumble Bee and Crownking. Now we're going to come up here to the stop sign and make a left and head to the staging area. We drive down Crownking Road, also known as Route 59. From here, Crownking is about 29 miles away, and Horsethief Basin is about 34 miles. But be advised, it's all dirt road, even though it is a well-maintained road. There are some staging areas along the sides of this road, but we prefer to wait until the road turns to dirt and stage up on the left-hand side. But a little disclaimer, I almost didn't create this video and post it because I had so many difficulties recording it while on our little adventure. My GoPro batteries died after about 40 minutes of recording, and the friend we were traveling with had time constraints and had to get back to the city rather quickly, so we didn't get to see everything we wanted to see. But I hope you enjoy this anyway. It's just some snippets and highlights of our adventure in the Bradshaw Mountains of Arizona. About 5 miles down Crownking Road, we enter the tiny town of Bumble Bee, Arizona. It seems to be just a few buildings, a few homes along both sides of the road. It's a very rural setting to be so close to the city. I like this little building. I don't know what it is. I'd like to find out someday. I need to do more research. We continue on down the road, looking for adventure, following a dirt path to wherever it will lead. Here we come upon a big grouping of saguaros on the hill to the left. Lots of places to explore out here. This road is a very easy road. It's well maintained throughout the year. You could easily drive over it in a car. You don't need four-wheel drive. You don't need an ATV. A car or truck could easily make it up Crownking. We travel on, climbing higher into the Bradshaw Mountains. The scenery is just so beautiful, and it changes as you go along the 29 miles to Crownking. Here we're kind of on the edge, and we enter the Prescott National Forest at about mile marker 12. And look at this cute little bridge we're going to drive over. There's the forest marker. We're going to head up into the hills a little bit. Oh, look, running water. What a rare sight in Arizona. We made this trip in March, so it's still kind of winter, early March, I think it was. It's still kind of winter up here. And the higher we get, we'll see that more dramatically. Look at that view. That is just amazing. I never get tired of this road. I've driven it a few times, and there's always something to see. Something changes out in nature as the years pass, or even as the seasons pass. Oh, here's the tiny town of Cleator. This is even smaller than Bumble Bee, I think, and they're known for their little bar. Um, there it is, the Cleator Bar. We didn't stop for a drink as we are driving. Cleator Bar and Yacht Club. It's cute, and there's the general store. But we're moving on. We're heading up to Crown King. But this would be an interesting place to stop and explore for a little bit. Here we go. We're getting higher in elevation now. Another cute little bridge. You'll notice along the sides of the road and in the hills that there are no more saguaros. We've climbed up quite a bit in elevation. We're now in the scrub oak area of things, not quite in the pines yet. Here we're going to start entering the switchbacks. These are a little dicey. I'm pointing out the highest part of the road up there on the hill where we're going to climb to. If you're in a vehicle other than an ATV or maybe a Jeep, these can get a little hairy. Um, and you can see that the drop-off's pretty steep. There are guardrails. And again, the road is smooth. It's maintained and graded. We're at mile marker 20 here. And look at that view. That's the road where we came up on. So here we go through some of the switchbacks. Pretty soon we'll get up into the pine trees and Crown King. Crown King is extremely remote and it's small. If you need to ride out the zombie apocalypse, consider Crown King. Well, maybe not. I don't know if they'd like me to say that or not. It's a cute little town, though, and we should be there pretty soon as we get through the switchbacks. Here's another kind of a tight turn. Okay, we made it to Crown King. Here we are. We just filled up on a little bit of gas at $8 a gallon. And this is the little town of Crown King. It's kind of cute. Here's the general store. Okay, we're getting ready to drive out of Crown King and head to Horsethief Basin Lake. There are a couple little restaurants here in Crown King where you can have a hamburger or a sandwich and have a drink or a soda, coffee. There is also a little general store that has some cute items to purchase. I would recommend supporting the community and do stop and buy something or have lunch. As you can tell, we from the previous section, we did buy some gas at $8 a gallon. Be aware there is only one gas pump in this town. And I hear in summer, the kind lady at the general store told me in summer that they have a huge lineup at that gas pump. So just be aware. So here we're going along Route 59, Crown King Road. We're going to head up to Horsethief Basin. And here's just a couple little more shots of the town of Crown King. And again, I apologize for this video with that battery. I took some pictures on took some video on my cell phone. But even so, I didn't capture really what I wanted to capture on this trip. But anyway, you can get a good idea. Here we're up in the pines and we're heading to Horsethief Basin. Up here on the right, you'll notice there's another turnoff. That's an interesting drive as well. We did that last March 2023, and that goes out to Mayer, Arizona. But here we're driving up, climbing up in elevation towards Horsethief Basin. It was a beautiful ride. And look, in the distance, there's some snow on the mountains still. It was pretty chilly that day, early March. I think this would be a more beautiful drive in late April, early May, but it was fun to see the snow. Haven't seen snow in quite some time as I live down in the valley in the Phoenix area. So look at that beautiful scene, mountains going on forever into the distance, and snow along the sides of the dirt road. I love it. It's just so beautiful. We're continuing to climb. I don't know what the elevation is here, but it's a little bit higher than Crown King because Crown King didn't have any snow on the ground. And there is some snow here along the sides of the road. In a little bit, we're going to head down. After we get through here, we kind of lose a little bit of elevation along the road as we get closer to Horsethief Basin Recreation Area. So here we go again through the pines. This road is pretty well maintained too. I don't know if I drive it in a car, but a truck or a Jeep or some kind of SUV. Here we are arriving at Horsethief Basin Recreation Area. We're making a left to go out and look at the lake. Because of time constraints, again, with our friend, we didn't get to go out and look at the campground. But anyway, judging from the road, we would not be able to take our pod up here to camp out. Just wouldn't make some of those turns. Anyway, we're getting towards the lake. It's maybe a half mile, I think, off that main road. Just beautiful dirt road scenery. And just loving being out in the pines and the fresh smell and the crisp air. And here we are suddenly at the lake. Boom.
Okay, here's Horsethief Basin Lake. And this is March, so we still got bare trees and not much going on as far as that. But it looks really peaceful here. They don't allow camping right here in this section, but I imagine you could come and fish or something like that, or just hike around. Looks like there's a few trails. It's a tiny lake. Let's go down a little bit closer to the water. There's the dam that holds the water in place.
All too soon, we're back on the road heading down to Crown King from Horsethief Basin. We're still seeing some beautiful views as we head down the winding switchbacks to Crown King. There's some houses in the distance as well. Even though this area is so remote, people still live out here. Maybe they're just summer or winter visitors, I don't know. But there are some houses still being built out here. Oh, look at that. You can see forever. Okay, we're heading down. Here we are in Crown King again. One last look. And again, here are my GoPro batteries just about ready to die. So one last look at Crown King before we head down into the desert. Very remote community. I think there's only about 3 or 4 ways to get to Crown King, and Crown King Road is the only one that's well maintained. Any of the other ways, you'd need a four-wheel drive or an ATV. Here is the entrance to the general store area and the restaurants and the gas pump. And here we go down the road a little bit more. Up here on the right is another restaurant. It's called The Mill. And restaurants in Crown King have varying hours, we found. Sometimes they're open, sometimes they're not. And now we're going to head down back into the desert, saying goodbye to the pine trees. There's the snow up on the mountains where we were, but it's time to head home. So we're going to go back down the same road, looking at all the scenery, back down to the desert, and then back through the switchbacks and down onto the flat, the desert. It was fun. Oh, there's my sign. Please do not litter. Remember, wherever you go, whatever you do, leave that place better than the way you found it. See you next time. Thanks for watching.